banned out away from St. Vicious. TF banned away from Nijaki. CLG has always been very rapid with their bans. They always know what they want to get rid of.
Cop is so confident that he had his eyes closed. He was just relaxing, sleeping. That actually disturbs me because usually they get really, like, they hype up before the game.
Yeah.
Like he said, I don't get nervous. I just like to.
Yeah, the very first video we played at the start of LCS, like we talked about players with nerves at the start of the season, and like he's doing this like shaking his chair at the Season 2 regionals, like to hype himself up before the game started.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people made fun of him because it was right after he said, "I don't get jitters at LAN tournaments," and he's like freaking flipping out before the game starts. But Hotshot GG stealing away Jarvan after a Xin Zhao ban, so Saint I think for the first time has to find a new jungler to play.
Oh, cry, cry, cry.
Well, that's going to be going to Chowster almost definitely. I don't think we've seen hot top lane or mid lane Jarvan in almost forever. If you go back far enough, actually, Dignitas ran support Jarvan. No, it was AD carry Jarvan support Leona at IEM Kiev in like February 2012.
Bruiser bottoms, Chaucer and Double Lift have long been big proponents of bruiser bottoms. They always say, like, they don't like this AD support meta, but they always play it. They haven't actually pulled out the bruiser bottom and used it consistently. They do it every once in a while.
Yeah.
This might be a surprise chance to do that, but it's so early to tell. It's probably going to be a jungle.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely. There was actually one game I saw back when Chowster was support where they ran Blitz Alistar bottom lane. And actually they gave the farm to Chowster on Alistar. Of course, Double Lift famous for Blitzcrank before he ever became an AD carry. But Curse, the thing is, they actually left Kale up. So Curse, I think, did a really good job in Champ Select. CLG stole away Jarvan, but it allowed Kale to bypass first pick. And that's going to be Curse playing that for probably Nijaki.
Definitely a very coveted pick. Especially for the likes of Dignitas. They have two people who can play it, but like you said, Jackie, pretty much the sole Kale player. St. Vicious actually jungles Kale as well, but he hasn't done it recently, so that's probably going to be a Jackie pick right there.
Yeah.
I also like that they banned out that Xerath because he's sprung up really recently. He's been super popular, and Link really used him to great effect. His range is just so devastating. He can 100% your carry from so far away. Like we saw in that last game when Reggie was able to snipe out Zuna that one time. Like, they didn't win the game, but you saw the power there. He went to get one tower hit, and Xerath makes you pay with your life.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, if you play a non-sustaining mid laner, right? Like you saw Xerath match up against Lux and Xerath match up against Nidalee, and it didn't work very well. Yeah, that's going to be Vayne. No surprise right there, and Link is going to be on Lux. I think that might be the first time we've seen Link on Lux.
No surprises here from Cop either.
No.
Like we said, he likes to stick with whatever is his favorite at the time, unless it's banned out. So far, it's been Misfortune, and so he usually just picks that over and over. Thresh would be very interesting to see. I really enjoy him, and North America hasn't been the biggest fanboys of Thresh as I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, like right before Thresh came out, we said, okay, guys, in week 3, Thresh is going to be available. And everyone was like, ooh, yes, oh my gosh. And so many people were saying like it was going to be 100% pick and ban champion. And we've seen him less than I think the players expected.
Yeah.
I know they're not clicking Thresh anymore, but like I like Thresh in this matchup because you can pull someone out of the Jarvan ultimate with the Lantern, and that seems so convenient to me.
The Lantern can set up so many weird escapes as well as initiates. It's a very interesting tool. Cop trying to play with us, but he always comes back to Misfortune, his lucky lady.
And that's going to be a pretty good pick for him overall. It allows him to be a bit of a lane bully. Misfortune, Alistar, a bottom lane is going to be quite strong. They've got some dive as well from Nocturne, and now it is CLG's turn to pick their last 2 champions. They need a top laner and a support. They're thinking about Blitzcrank right now, which is interesting to me. That'll be a fun one. And, ooh, if they go for Lee Sin, that's going to be a different dynamic for that top and jungle lane.
So, a lot of people gave Chaucer some flack for his Lee Sin play. It was a little bit lacking earlier in the season. And even Diamond Prox has kind of let Lee Sin fall by the side of the road there because of the recent nerfs. But he's still a strong champion. He can still make amazing plays happen. Plays that no other champion could make happen because he has so many dashes, he has the utility, and they don't want to pick him because he's already jungling Jarvan.
Yeah, and they go for Lulu and Cho'Gath there. And now that they know that Cho is top, Curse is to think what their last lane is going to be. Again, Kale could go into the top lane. We saw Yorick mid actually from Tabs against Kale of all things back in the European LCS qualifier. So even Yorick could go kind of anywhere. For what it's worth, Elements used to play Elements
used to play as support York.
Yeah, he used to play support York, but they're looking at Tryndamere.
Did they forget about that, or did they just not care? Because
one of the two.
It's a really hard split push to stop. Okay, Curse used it really well last time. Voidboy actually teleported in, got the first blood as well as a double kill at a dragon fight, and then he just went out of control, building AP Tryndamere, split pushing all day, and they weren't able to rein him back in after that. So CLG is going to have to be careful. We know that if Voidboy gets any kind of little lead, then he'll just run away with this game.
I'm excited to see this matchup, though, because Hotshot was saying in the very first Curse game against Marn, he's like, yep, I can totally beat AP Tryndamere, no problem. You just pick Nidalee and you win.
He doesn't have Nidalee, though. So.
This was even the matchup that Mega Zero played. Mega Zero was on Shogath, teleport Shogath, up against Voidboy. So I'm curious to see how this works out. I mean, Hotshot's a great top laner. He's like the original king of split push. This is a matchup I really hope they 1v1 here because I want to see how that plays out.
He does have teleport, though, so it might be a 2 vs 1. Double Lift and Afromoot have been really happy with those 2 vs 1s. Vayne getting that early farm, uncontested early farm is very important. Plus, her Condemn is a good tool when you're tower diving because you can use the tower just as another wall. And you can get a lot of that easy Condemns, plenty of bonus damage and stun. So I would not be surprised at all if CLG goes for the 2 vs 1 switch. And
if there's someone who can land an amazing Condemn on a turret, it is Double Lift. The guy actually has a YouTube video. Basically, it's from a solo queue game in Korea. It's a basically guide to Vayne, and he gets into a 1 vs 2 tower dive where he's getting dove, and he like flash tumble condemns Alistar onto a turret, and is like out of nowhere like goes 500 units and just like kills him, and it's just like the most ludicrous Condemn kill ever. We'll see if he can pull out the mechanics in this game. We are into it. Blue side is going to be counter logic. Against them on the red is going to be Curse. They've got that teleport AP Tryndamere top lane. Let's see what plays out.
Again, both ADs starting with that Doran's Blade. That's been really common. There's been a few people who start with the longsword and 2 pots, but the majority are going with that Doran's Blade. You get so much sustain out of that. All you have to do is keep your pressure up in lane, and it makes so much more sense if it does turn out to be a 2 vs 1.
Yeah.
Because you aren't going to need that sustain from those pots. You will benefit way more from the extra damage and maximum health.
And the funny thing about that is, after 44 attacks, Doran's Blade gives you more total health than 2 health potions.
It's actually a big number of attacks, considering how early the action starts happening. But the extra damage on it is just undeniable.
Yeah, if you get to the 44 attacks, it just becomes
there
better.
It is. I was wondering how long he would hold onto that pink ward.
I think they wanted to make sure no one was there to swipe at it just in case, but they have swept that out. So Curse have removed one of the aggressive wards away from Counter Logic Gaming. You're going to see where everyone else pans out to. Right now it is Vayne and Lulu at the bottom lane, and Curse have sent Voidboy to the bottom, so they are willingly putting him into this 2 vs 1. And CLG might be looking for a late invade. They've got Chouster in that brush as well. They may steal away blue.
This is an interesting start from Voidboy with a blue pot. I've seen plenty of Tryndameres start red pot.
Yeah.
But he wants that extra power for his heal. Once he gets cooldown reduction is so good on Tryndamere because you can spam the Q on cooldown. Oh, this is going to be a late invade on the blue, though. That will be very dangerous for him.
They've got 4 here. Of course, they put a ward down. Hotshot does have teleport in case he needs to support that fight. They're going to find Void. There's a light binding right into his face. Void, you are dead. First blood goes to Chouster, and this blue is theirs.
Yeah, exhaust for good measure there wasn't quite needed, but they definitely wanted to secure that first blood. And the best way to beat an AP Tryndamere is keep him down early, very early. If you let him get rolling, then he'll be able to clear minion waves and split push very easily. But if you keep him down very early, don't let him get to that minion line, then you will be a much happier team.
And we'll see if, of course, they can stay happy against the raging AP Tryndamere. Hotshot in the 1 vs 2 top lane right now being shoved away. 0 minion kills on him. Shogath is a pretty famous last hitter from range. We'll see if that comes up here. Elements trying to start up a buff steal, of course. Because they have 2 members up here, St. Vigil has a pretty easy time actually stealing this one away. Even Cop comes down to put some damage output, and it's basically like Roam Alistar helping St. Vicious, so they have actually both steal and blue buff.
Yeah, I'm kind of... I wish that they would have put another ward, especially when they're expecting these 2 vs 1 splits. For Blue's side, the single person never really puts that defensive ward, and a lot of people have paid for it. Voidboy using his own life to pay for that one.
Now Chouster walks right by a ward. He got level 3 just off of the 3 smaller wraiths and went to look for Voidboy. Of course, Void has already left that lane because they warded that river. But hey,
just a little too late.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he walked right by that ward, so of course that was spotted. The 3-on-1 tower dive is already here. And of course, here comes St. Vicious on the top side. He's looking for the same thing. Hotshot is going to run away. He's pretty far back. Unless Elemis gets a flash pulverize, I think Hotshot will be safe here.
Yeah, Elemis doesn't want to burn his flash right there, so they are probably just going to try and trade towers here. Pretty even. The first blood is the only thing right now.
Okay, there we go. CLG going to happily take that turret away. Of course, they have the first blood gold. Top turret likely to go down as well. Rupture giving Hotshot his 5th last hit of the game. Technically is above Voyboy. And there we go, that turret's theirs.
I do like Voyboy's reaction to that, though, a little bit better than Hotshot's. Hotshot's just kind of waited around while the turret died. Voyboy actually went and started killing something. He went and killed his wolves inside the jungle. In League of Legends, you always want to be accomplishing some damage.
Yeah,
either you're placing a ward or you want to be killing something.
Wow, but CLG already with an adaptation have started on the Dragon as well. Of course, they have a numbers advantage with 3 members of Curse recently in the top lane. And you're seeing Jackie come in from the side, try to put damage on the Link, but as long as Chowster can smite, and he does, that is going to be theirs. Voi's coming in, he's going to look for Aphromoo. They find a slow, a little bit of damage, light binding comes off. Voi's familiar with that. And he's going to walk right back out.
A really interesting strategy that CLG used right there. When you do, especially the very early dragons, you want to keep each team member on a different side of dragon so that you can change aggro with dragon attacking the nearest enemy. All you have to do is exchange one person closer and then pull out the opposite person on the other side. And dragon wastes time turning around and not auto-attacking, so you take a lot less damage from that dragon. And at these level 3 and level 4 champions, that means a huge amount of life.
And of course, we're going to see what ends up panning out from this one. It has given CLG about a 1,000 gold lead. To me, that's actually pretty interesting because they got first blood and a dragon and are only up 1,000 gold from dragon here. So the first blood has already been circumvented somehow just from last hitting. A lot of that is coming from this Tryndamere who's already at 21. We've actually seen the lanes basically swap right back out. CLG has sent their duo lane to the top, and Curse has sent theirs to the bottom.
And Link feels really confident in that lane. You can see he got the early Cage's Lucky Pick, so he's probably going to build that into the Morellonomicon. Some nice cooldown on that item, and it's a really popular mid item that's been the other option if you don't need to go with the Athenes. I really have been liking it on Lux because it lets you just throw out those bindings more often. And this invade here over on the red side, Link actually going to back up Chaucer, and they drop a couple wards very deep into the jungle of Curse.
So what confuses me about the Morellonomicon buy, though, is he's bought 2 Fairy Charms, which build in a Chalice, but not both will build into Morellonomicon. So I'm confused on the build path for him, though. We'll see where it goes, but to me that's interesting.
Yeah, it could be. He has so many options right now, it's really early to tell, but the extra mana regen is always good on him, too.
Yeah, well, right now, CLG, we've seen this before, 3 people strong in the top lane. They're putting a lot of pressure there. Chaucer actually waiting around on the wings. He actually puts down a ward and then jumps over towards the Baron Pit. He's going to defend the mid lane instead. CLG are left alone to push down this top turret. Doublelift going for some minion farm right now. And of course, you can see the damage from Jackie and St. Vicious dropping the mid turret dangerously low. So Curse putting on a lot of pressure pretty much everywhere. Of course, the bottom lane as well, you can see Hotshot taking out quite a bit of damage. St. Vicious looking for a gank on top of that.
Chaucer and Link are rotating as well, though, so they want to defend this.
And we'll see if they can end up doing this. It's going to be a little bit late. Cop still putting in damage. And there comes Saint and Jackie from the side. So it's going to be 2 for 2 on turrets. 4 of the 6 outer turrets on the map are going to be completely removed right now. Void's going to be defending this top lane with a gigantic minion wave to farm. How well can CLG stop him?
And also, Curse they have 2 consumables right now. The blue pot for Voyboy, or 2 very expensive consumables at least. Okay. And then the red pot here for Cop. So they actually have a lot of a burst of power that they could use when this next team fight does break out. And that will give them a small stretch of mid-game team fighting potential that they can actually use at the same time.
And we'll see, of course, if they go for that one. I mean, last time we saw Curse in the team fights with AP Tryndamere, it was pretty far into the game. Basically, Void teleported into a dragon fight and got first blood. That team fight power really strong for them. Of course, we're zooming back into the game. We'll see how it pans out. He's talked about elixirs. Voidboy stuck on his turret in a 1 vs 2, taking quite a lot of punishment.
So it's interesting. CLG would actually like to match up Voidboy and Hotshot if Hotshot can lane against them, because Hotshot can stop Voidboy's teleport, whereas Voidboy cannot stop Hotshot's.
And of course, yeah, the ability to run around the map is going to be useful for him. And with all 4 auto turrets down, it really no longer matters which lane they're in. Jackie, of course, grabbing blue buff himself, is level 6. Seems to have a pretty good chance of that one. St. Vicious actually grabbing Berserker's Greaves early on for the attack speed. He's going to be a little bit more fight-focused here. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, he wants to be able to clear his jungler quicker. Plus, you do get sustain on Nocturne with his passive. The more auto attacks you can get off, the earlier you can get that extra 120% physical damage that will also heal you and do AoE.
All right, that'll be pretty nice right there. Jackie and Cop and Elements all in the mid lane. Voy, of course, split pushing top. Shockingly, Tryndamere split pushing the top lane right now. We'll see how much pressure he puts on the map for now.
He's actually freezing it up here. He's not
interesting
using auto attacks on those minions. He's just going for the last hits.
Okay, so I guess he's trying to farm himself to the point where he actually feels like split pushing. He is level 6 now, full Fury bar, and yeah, you're right, he's playing safely. Link and Chaucer, the pressure onto this blue buff, that's going to be Link with a bunch of mana and cooldown reduction.
The pressure on blue buff pays off, and it goes down in a fury of light.
Fight. Yeah, there we go. How Lux is so manly.
There we go.
Fury of light.
They actually send St. Vicious down to deal with Cho'Gath. I kind of like that because he doesn't have to walk as far to get to mid lane. He doesn't have teleport, but he could ultimate over there from about halfway through his jungle.
The difficult thing, though, is like Cop's not getting very much farm, though, because of this, because of where they're kind of splitting up the farm. I'm curious to see what happens there. Chaucer gets warded out by Nijaki. So far, so good for him, though. Still exactly 1,000 gold, the lead here for Counter Logic Gaming. Ult comes out from Misfortune. That's going to keep that turret alive very safely here. And you're seeing 75 to 65. Actually, Cop is ahead in minion kills over his compatriot, or counterpart, I should say, Doublelift.
There we go. Voyboy finally switched gears, shoved that lane a little bit up, realized that Counter Logic were shoving 2 lanes at once, and they needed to answer back with some pressure. Now, it's kind of dangerous because they don't have too many wards in this blue side for Voyboy to see any attacks coming, and he's just going to be one-on-one up here with Doublelift for the meantime.
All right, we'll see how that works. I mean, if we look back far enough, there was a game, GGU versus, I believe it was Complexity. I'll have to remember it a little time later, but basically they had Don't Mash Me sitting there bottom lane on Ezreal holding a split push forever and just farming and farming and farming and farming the one when GGU had, and that actually worked out very well for the AD carry. It worked out very well for Mash Me, just matching up against a split pusher, I think it was Renekton, and just farming it out. So that might not be the worst thing, honestly.
Yeah, this is definitely a game of PvE here. They're going for all the objectives, all the early towers, and you have a good advantage in a game like that when you have an AP Tryndamere because, like we said, they're so hard to catch and kill. He's also got his Ghost and his Teleport to join if he needs to immediately join a team fight. So that was a really good pickup by them. Plus, they have the pseudo-global ultimate of Nocturne. Yeah, this is going to be a free... Doublelift could go contest. No, it's not going to be free at all. They're going to definitely contest it.
They're going to walk right in front of them. They spot them right there. Headbutt Pulverize from Elements, and they're going to be the dive on a Doublelift. Are they well coordinated enough, though? He takes a bit of damage, but they're going to go back in onto Saint. He's down below half health. Oh, the kill is going to keep him alive for now. What's it going to be? There's a teleport in for Hotshot GG. Right on top of everybody. Where's the pressure going to go? Cop is alive. Down at the bottom, we see Void trying to run away. They're still diving towards Doublelift. Elements will go down. Link picks up that kill. 2 for 0 so far. Saint now taking pressure. Jackie pushing away Doublelift. Now they're, again, just being hectic everywhere. Jackie taking so much punishment. He goes down to Hotshot GG. His feast is still down. Now Cop's going to find Link. Link does not have anywhere to go, and Void picks up that kill, which is going to make it a 2 for 1, and CLG has control over Dragon.
All right, so now it's going to be a free Dragon for CLG. Voyboy does want to challenge Doublelift there. He gets a chicken on top of his head, but he has no smite, so he's not going to be able to steal this away. They just back right out. The feast from Hotshot securing that one. And that fight really started bad for Curse. They had Elements and Saint right on the Dragon. It's very early levels, so the Dragon's doing a large percentage of their health in attacks, and it was just a good answer from Counter Logic. They just came around at the perfect time.
And of course they had pinked it as well, so yeah, you said they came around at the perfect time without any vision, but they happened to walk by, and then the team fight mechanics, they just went better for CLG. We're watching Doublelift now. He's in the bottom lane at 80 minions and just trying to farm up a Storm. Again, that team just relies on him to be that late game carry, and if Doublelift can get himself some more gold, he only got assists in that fight. We've seen games where he got all 3 of this team's first kills. Well, he's gotten a couple assists. We'll see if that ends up being enough for him. Cop is still out minion farming him. We look at the top lane, and Cho'Gath trying to build tanky while Voyboy builds for the damage. And Voyboy is winning in minions there as well. But the mid lane, look at the difference. Link is at 76, whereas Jackie is only at 46. He's at 2,600 gold. He is so broke right now. everyone on CLG has more gold than him.
Plus, you have to remember that Cage's lucky pick has been ticking since the very early game. He picked that one up, his first item, and as well, we had the red pot on Misfortune and the blue pot on Tryndamere. The blue pot's already gone, so that advantage is out the window. It didn't win them that dragon fight. It didn't afford them really anything, and Curse is actually a little bit farther behind than this story tells.
And of course, he'd even used that early. He actually used it while split pushing the top lane. It might have even timed out before the dragon fight even started. He had chugged that, again, very, very early on. We're seeing CLG grouping towards this mid lane. Where's the pressure going to be? You see Voyboy is actually at the bottom right here, squaring off against Doublelift, which is going to be a tricky situation. I feel like Doublelift will do very, very well there. Voy wards the Tri-Brush, but it's right on top of Vision Ward. We'll see if that gets swept out. Voy spins in, Doublelift pulls back, saying, yep, I should probably be a little bit afraid of you, Voy. You are a scary demon man.
And I do like Chaucer actually coming down. He wants to gank Voyboy, so this is an AP Tryndamere gank. The summoners are down, but okay, he's just going to clear out the ward.
Yeah, he clears it out. Of course, Voy is going to have that spinning slash. 24-ish% cooldown reduction on him, having that Nashor's Tooth plus Masteries. Saint's going to clear out the red for himself another time. Actually, just a check on Voy, he does have 24%, yeah. So, points in offense tree.
So, like you said, Lux could go either way right now. She could go Morel and Nomicon, or she could go Athene's on Holy Grail, because she does have the Chalice on top of the Cage's lucky pick. It's really up to Link what his team needs at this point. He does have the needlessly large rod as well, so his combo actually does a lot right now, and Jackie is going to have to be on point. You have to time your ultimate really well. If he's able to negate the burst from Lux's combo, then that could swing this entire thing back in Curse's favor. Even though they're down by 2k gold, if you negate a full Lux combo with a Kayle ultimate, you can win that team fight easily.
And imagine if he blocks like Feast or something too. Like there's so much actual burst on this CLG team that could be blocked. That'll be a fun thing to see, that, you know, Kayle has that nice utility where even if you have no farm, you've got a great ability to use. Voyboy lurking in the brushes. Hotshot does not see him, of course. Insane is coming down. They're going to try to 2-on-1 this. They're going to wait till Saint gets in range, walking farther and farther down. And here they go, the initiation on a Hotshot. There's the ult. What kind of damage is it going to be? They're going to try to get the fear off on a Hotshot. He has been feared. Here comes the damage up, but Rupture goes down. Not going to hit anything right here. They're still chasing on down. Hotshot below half health. He does still not have flash up. The damage still available. Chaucer coming in from the side. He goes for the knockup. He's going to maybe stop them. Nope, Fear pulls them right back in. And now they're on a Chaucer. Chaucer's been forced to ultimate, and that's going to be just a kill for nothing.
Nice patience there, just waiting in the bushes, staring at his prey the whole time. Voyboy rewarded with that kill. They also get that mid turret, but Voyboy's going to recall right now to try and go defend this top one from Doublelift.
We'll see if he can, of course, do that right now because it's taking so much pressure down below half health, and that is classic Hotshot GG. He pulled 3 people to bottom lane, and Doublelift free farmed and hit a turret top.
Exactly. That's the MO of CLG.
Yeah, Hotshot died for a turret kill. Like, yes, that's a good thing to do.
Plus a whole bunch of farm on Doublelift.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's up now to 142 minions. Just like 3 minutes ago, I was like, oh yeah, he's behind Cop by like 30. Now he's up 20.
He always seems to come back in the CS department somehow.
Well, they did steal away Lizard buff though, Curse, so that does help them a bit. They're still down about 2,500 gold though. 60 minutes into the game, last game of the day. CLG looking for vengeance against Curse, and right now they're in the driver's seat of this game.
The fact that Doublelift had his Bloodthirster for that push is actually a big deal too, because he got it fully stacked from being able to farm all those minions. That's an extra 30 damage and lifesteal. He'll be able to weave in and out of this team fight with his ultimate, using the tumbles with the extra stealth very well. I love watching his Vayne play.
It's always fun to see. We'll see how much he manages to kite these guys, because he's going to fight against 2 assassins here with Voyboy and Saint both trying to dive him up. Jackie possibly giving support as well. Pay attention to that Vayne in the team fight. He's going to be the biggest damage dealer here, Doublelift. There's the light binding, does land onto Saint Vicious. They're not going to follow up onto him though. Just the pressure on the turret here. The shield's keeping Chaucer and Doublelift alive, and they do get the damage. Curse will not re-engage that. 4 turrets now to 3. CLG up in structures.
So even though Curse had the advantage with teleport up on Voyboy but no teleport for Hotshot, they didn't want to fight that because the blue buff on Lux is just way too much to deal with. You can see the wave clear right there. It's just ridiculous. She can poke you at your own turret and not even take damage. They're easily able to take down that middle one.
And of course, the top lane is going to be the focus instead for Voy. If you kind of think about turret structures, yeah. Turret kills and structures going down. CLG had that one really, really good move where Vayne split push top and got the first inner turret down of the game. But now with both sides with no outer turrets, we'll see who can actually get into the opposing base. Hotshot, of course, just keeping the top lane alive, and Void, just like last time, lurking in the shadows, finds Hotshot's face, just spins past him, stays safe.
So we've got another 90 seconds still on Hotshot's teleport, where we have this small window where Curse has got a global advantage, and they could force that at a dragon, but it really goes, it depends on if they know. Have they timed Hotshot's teleport?
Well, I don't know. I would guess that they would, because it's going to be actually interesting, because Dragon has a similar respawn timer to teleport, and yet Hotshot must have used it again recently to put that down. So as long as they knew that he teleported somewhere, because he teleported
well, they see him
lane.
walking down, so that's not an issue anymore. They've got all 5 people at this dragon. Voidboy split pushing top, and it looks like CLG are going to be the ones to force this fight. They know that they are ahead, and they want to push it.
Yeah, that is CLG knowing that their early game is stronger. Look at that. Not even going to try. Curse will let that one go away. And it's funny to watch CLG do this, because they're a team who will happily give away dragons if they can't win the fight. But here they know they will win the fight and are saying, yep, these are all going to be ours. Please give us that gold.
Voidboy doing a good job tanking up that tower just long enough, and he's going to have to make his escape pretty soon, or he's going to be caught.
Now Link is up from the from the side right there. Voidboy does have Ghost and Teleport available. He's going to take the light bunny. Oh, he goes past it, actually, pops another heal. Link will no way in heck
Perfect
catch him.
Use of the Ghost right there. He waits till the last second, gets the extra speed boost to dodge the binding, and he will get the full benefit of the rest of the duration of that Ghost.
All right, he's going to walk his way right back out there. Goes actually for his double golems up at the top of the map. CLG, they are taking objectives very, very well. 4-3 in turret, 3-2 in kills. Low kill game, because Curse knows they're not able to engage fights right here, and they have the patience to not look for crazy dives. CLG playing the split push game. I mean, this is, like, Curse is basically playing CLG's favorite style of game here. Like, both teams have become counter-logic gaming in this case, which I guess is fitting for Curse. Right? Thank you. Yeah, had the same thought. But yeah, Void has become Hotshot GG, and we're going to see who is better at being Hotshot GG. George Jordelidis or Voidboy?
Who is the true Hotshot? We can see the control that CLG have, though, by the wards on the map. They got that Oracles, and they've been just clearing out all of Curse's vision and replacing it with their own. So they have this whole middle side of the map warded up here, even all the way down to Dragon. And Afromove's going to check out this Baron Pit just to make sure there's nothing extra in there for Curse.
Yeah, Cop actually made a Baron aggro itself, and it put one attack on Afromove.
We rewarded with a bar off of Lulu's. 2 bars.
Yeah, she's a little bit lower on health now. Only at 1,300 to 1,500. So CLG have grouped up towards the mid lane. Hotshot does have teleport, but he's actually mid with the rest of the posse here. They're going to see what they can push down. Nocturne is away on the top side of the map. He will be able to ult in pretty soon if he gets a little bit closer there. Some push in from Lulu. Voidboy flanking from the bottom side. He has teleport up as well if he needs it. Hotshot is up in the front. Chowster up in the front as well. A lot of damage on this turret. Down to 2/3 health. Light Binding come out. Good push. Stuns elements. Void in from the side. Really look for a fight here. Not quite. Oh, there's the chicken shout. Actually, he's going to slow down Link a little bit. But they're not going to go in for this too much. Looks like a good disengage on both sides. CLG still hungry though. Pushing forward. Hotshot nearby the side. Wards off one of the jungle exits to see if Void comes in. Double still here to push as well.
It's funny how we have a couple people on the wings, Voidboy on the wings on this bottom side and St. Vicious up on the red side jungle. They're sort of going to have a pincer movement on CLG because they want to get to those backline targets. Link and Double Lift are all you want to pay attention to on CLG. If they can take out those 2 targets, then everything's easy from there. Really, their whole composition is around defending them. Lulu can ultimate them. Jarvan can Cataclysm, try and keep people in a certain area. Hotshot has plenty of silences and knockups ready in store.
Okay, and let's see what these guys can do about this, of course. They realize that the initiation has got to be kind of all in from Curse to have a real fight here. So many melee champions on that team required to deal damage. Void split pushing bottom, which means CLG will go for the mid lane. And I don't think Curse has the units to stop this. Look at the burst damage coming out. Nightjack has still been silenced. He will not quite go down. The teleport coming in from Void, but the turret is already dead. Will he continue this one on? No, he cancels that one out. The blue turret has gone down. Actually, the top lane killed the turret for CLG, but they're still pushing in towards his inhibitor. This turret dropping even more in health. Elements in the front, gets Hex, gets pushed back, pops his ult. Can he find anything? Voidboy's up in the mix. There comes Saint as well. They're diving in onto Link and Double. If he's not going down, Saint forced to run away. Where's the damage going to be? And a pause in the middle of that battle. We're going to see what happens.
Okay, so right before the pause, Chowster used his Cataclysm, like I was saying, to trap everyone, and then the flag toss to get out of it himself.
Yeah.
But it was and it looks like it's going to be pretty much enough because only Elements and Voidboy are still next to Link. Link was the main target that they jumped on there. You can see Nocturne jumping over and trying to fear him. St. Vicious already been chunked out though. He's still burning from that Ignite and just trying to run back to his base at this moment.
Okay, and I'm just waiting for Hotshot to reconnect to the game. Unfortunately, his game crashed. We paused it up. He'll get himself back in this one. We'll resume the fight just to keep you guys updated on what is going on. Again, no one has yet died in this fight. Elements and Void just right in the front line there. You're, of course, seeing Hotshot on your screen. He's getting himself connected back in. We should only be a few seconds away. And this is going to be really the game-turning fight here, of course. The kills are close. I mean, one kill separates them. One turret separates these teams.
I'm kind of scared for Link right now. He's flashing red still. He's been flashing red for the duration of this pause. And the Lulu ult was already used on Aphromoo. I don't know if that was a misclick or if they just want to make sure that Doublelift's going to have that extra life for a while, because they were standing right next to each other. So he may have actually not used the champion pains and actually tried to click on the actual champion, but Link's in trouble regardless.
Absolutely. Of course, we're going to see if there's some damage output. St. Vicious asks ready. Neither of them said yes just yet. Hold on 1 second. We're still getting Hotshot back into the game. Yeah, so I don't know. How do you read this fight kind of going through? Saint's already been flashed out. Link is low. Like,
it was a great laser from the beginning from Link. He was able to land a good combo on Jackie. Jackie had to go all the way back to base. You can see he's making his way towards the front lines now, but he doesn't have his ultimate up, so he's not going to be able to save any of these low HP targets. Saint's going to have to leave this fight. He can throw maybe one Dustbringer, but if he sticks around, he's definitely in danger of Doublelift just picking up another kill.
Yeah, so it looks like the ult, ult and flash, health bar down for him. Actually looks like Windows instead actually has crashed there for Hotshot, so we might get a computer restart and get him back in. So just a minute or two for you guys. We'll get yourself back in. I don't want to harp on the fight too much because, of course, we're going to see it play out in just a little bit. I kind of want to talk about the sort of play style differences because I forget which video it was, but the teams were talking about Curse and their match against them and said, yeah, we can research Curse and we can, plan out what they've been playing and what they've been picking and how they've been doing the game. But Curse has a really deep champion roster, right? And they have a lot of different strategies they can play. They can play a very different game day to day, and you can't plan out for everything, so they're going to pull out something against you. And Curse are normally this hyper-aggressive team, right? They find kills. Saint got first blood in like 2 of his 3 first games in the very first day in the season, and he's always been hyper-aggressive. And then here, both today and in their first game yesterday on Wednesday, they played a very different strategy. They played AP Tryndamere, split push based, late kills, waited for team fights, and said, okay, Void, kind of make the calls here. He's on 172 minions, which is ludicrously high, of course, and they're playing a much more reserved game, which is just different, right? Like, Curse has these different strategies they can bring out.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Tryndamere being that last pick, it may have been an afterthought, or they may have heard that interview like you talked about. Hotshot kept saying, it wasn't an interview, actually, he was just yelling it. He was like, hey guys, I can trash this AP Tryndamere. I'm fine with Nidalee. I can beat AP Trynd. And so maybe they wanted to wait until all the picks had been made so that they knew that Hotshot wouldn't pull out the Nidalee, or they just banned it. So that'll take care of that.
Yeah, of course. And now, again, the update on the pause. Hotshot looks like he's going to be back into the game. And we're going to be ready to go in just a second. They're chatting back and forth. The players are in the game. Shouster says, "K, we're ready." K going says the Nocturne from St. Vicious, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, back into the game.
All right,
let's
see if Link can survive this.
All right, Link taking a bunch of pressure. Good ult from Lulu's going to keep him alive. Actually, Void in the mix. Pops his ult. Elements very, very low. Cop getting hit there. Void trying to run away. Will it be the damage that he needs? Cop picks up the kill onto Chouster. 1-0 in this fight, but Elements has now gone down, so 1-for-1. You've got to be careful about this one because everyone is dangerously low on health. Doublelift's going to look for something. The K ult is back up, and he's going to be able to get away. Cop, oh, he's so low. The Rupture dropping him as well. Void trying to run, dodges the light binding. CLG are alive enough, though, that this turret looks like it might just be theirs. Problem is they don't have minions. They've got to wait a little bit more. Doublelift whimsied away. 1-for-1.
So good news for Link. I was wrong. His ult was actually being Aphromu's ult was being cast as they paused it, and it wasn't on Doublelift already. It was mid-cast. So that was a really good turn of events for them, and that's why they just won that fight. So congrats.
Yeah, so the 1-for-1.
Those mid-fight pauses.
Interesting, yeah, but they did manage to mechanic them out quite well. Of course, the champions that died were the all-in divers there, Jarvan the 4th and Alistair. really not surprising guys to go down in fights, but certainly is going to hurt their KDA in the end game stats. Neither of them are quite Patoy here. Of course, he would have just baited his team and never died. St. Vicious with a bit of a jungle steal, stealing stuff away. Doublelift, though, on red buff's going to be nice for him, tumbling away, getting rid of stuff there. Void, of course, still split pushing at the bottom. There's a robot for Doublelift. Void just had pushed that mini wave down. Thing is, Doublelift's going to get that farm for free if he wants it. We'll see where they go. Of course, teleport up for Hotshot, not up for Voidboy.
Yeah, and Baron is up too. So if Voidboy is split pushing bottom without teleport, it would take him a very long time to get over there if CLG wanted to force a fight. So he wisely returns to the river. He's going to join up back with the rest of his team.
Okay, let's see what these guys are up to next. Of course, Dragon only in 25 seconds here, which might just be the next important objective. 24 minutes in is a little early for Baron, but we've seen sooner. So it's always a possibility these teams have to be aware of. You've seen CLG with 2 wards around the Baron pit. I don't actually see any for Curse myself, and that's just 1 overall. They do actually have 1 inside the Baron pit, so both teams are watching out for that. CLG, though, they are all right around Dragon right now. 4 coming down from the mid lane. Hotshot about to push in from the bottom, and there we go. They started it right on time. CLG are going to look for this Dragon, and Curse are not really in range to stop them.
After the Dragon, CLG are actually in a good position to do a tower dive. Hotshot has 217 armor. He's built purely armor this game. He's not afraid of the magic damage from Curse because it's really just a hybrid Kale. Because although Tryndamere is building AP, he deals physical damage.
Yeah, until he builds a Lichbane.
It's still all physical damage. Actually, Lichbane, the procs,
they're magic now. We changed it in Season 3.
Oh.
Yeah, so that did get changed. Otherwise, yeah, if it was Season 2, that would still be physical damage.
So right now, as the field stands, he's got a perfect build for tanking turrets as well as the rest of Curse.
And you can just see the heal on Void by putting him basically back to full. He's able to take and tank a bit of poke and then heal himself back up. Of course, Void doesn't have any really long-range damage tools, so he's got to actually fully commit to deal any damage to CLG. They're waiting on this siege. Link waiting in the brush.
It doesn't look like Voidboy's even going to go for the Lichbane anytime soon. He's got an needlessly large rod. He wants to finish his death cap first. So that magic damage is a long ways off.
He's got a weird mix of items, though, because he has 1 of everything. Like, 2 of those build into Lichbane, 2 of them build into death cap, 2 of them build into Void Staff, 2 of them build into Zhonya's or...
Void Staff would be a terrible buy.
Okay, Void
for
Staff would be
AP
stupid.
Tryndamere.
Sorry, I didn't even... I meant to say Zhonya's or Deathfire Grasp, which also suck for him. But, like, he can build, like, any one of those 3 major AP items right now. See what he ends up going for. Of course, Voidboy is still in the front line. He's going to take a bit of damage there. Get ready. Oh, he gets stunned up against the wall. Here comes the initiation from St. Vicious going in on a Doublelift. Doublelift disengages very successfully. Link's going to take a whole bunch of damage, and that Lux will be the first to go down. Saint and Void in the mix. Void gets, he gets double ulted. That's not good for him at all. The Feast whiffs, though, does not get any damage done. Now Jackie is here to deal damage. Doublelift on the chase. Chouster on the chase knocks Jackie into the air. That Kale taking so much damage, stunned up against the wall. Here comes the burst. Jackie's still not quite dead just yet. 1 more attack. Hotshot picks that one up, and that's going to be, again, 1 for 1 in this fight. The mid laners this time going down.
So Curse, they're actually the ones to initiate, even though they are severely behind in gold right now. CLG going to get rewarded with a tower kill after that, and the top lane was shoved the entire time, so that did a lot of work on this inhibitor turret.
Oh man, that is not a good thing, of course. CLG pulling, well, not a good thing for Curse, I should say. It's a great thing for CLG. They are pulling ahead in this game overall. They're making a lot of great plays. They can't protect Link, but they're protecting Doublelift, which matters so much more for them. 222 minion kills on him. 1, 0, and 3, his kill score. And the thing about that last fight, though, is Curse, it feels like they haven't played AP Trend as a team very much because I think Nijaki ulted during Voidboy's ult. And that is a really harsh place to be. So we're going to see ourselves in this mid lane. CLG, once again, a lot of wards coming out. Aframu does have an Oracles. Of course, they only last a few minutes, so he might have bought a new one. He did just buy a new one. And they are now sweeping out the rest of this Baron pit. They're not going to go for the push just yet. They might just be baiting it out.
Yeah, so Curse are going to have plenty of time to talk that over. Like you said, you don't want to stack up those invulnerabilities. I did just check. Tryndamere had his Undying Rage on, plus the Kale ultimate. Sad face. Q. He's doing a good job, though, getting back to his split-pushing roots. He's got his teleport up, so he'll be able to get a little bit of damage to down bottom, but he'll probably have to join soon. Because like I said, Hotshot, so much armor, he can dive turrets really easily.
And just exactly that is what had happened. Caught forced to burn flash, elements pushed away as well. Look at the damage from Doublelift, just happily pushing him away. The turret does go down. Voy is still split pushing, but CLG are going to take the first inhibitor down in this mid lane against Curse. And that is apparently how you beat a giant split pusher. It's a 7 million armored Cho'Gath diving things. Hotshot's going to teleport to the bottom lane though to defend against Voy. He will do so successfully. The minions are going to go down, and they've only lost one inner turret for an inhibitor.
Curse are definitely pressed right now. They don't have any tangible advantages. They can't get much. If they went to force a Baron right now, they would just be caught inside the Baron pit, pay for that with their lives, plus throw the rest of this game. So Voy just going to recall. He still has his teleport. They can still sort of split push on the side. He's a very slippery Tryndamere. He's AP Tryndamere. He can still get away over walls. He can still, as long as he wards up, they should be all right.
Of course, Voy with 1,400 gold, actually. He's going to choose to recall one more time. We'll see what he picks up. It's going to be a Death Cap picked up, so there we go. Another ability power spike for him. More heals, more spinning slash damage. We'll see if that helps him a lot.
He also has Home Guard now, so if he actually ports back to base and then teleports from there, he could come out extremely quickly, and that's always fun to see.
And it's going to be fun. We'll see if that ends up panning out for him well. Of course, he's going to be on push duty more often than not. CLG going for the Vision War. They land the Binding on a St. Vicious. They're not going to follow up for damage very much. Of course, Jackie has heals, keeping himself alive with that. He's going for what looks like the Zhonya's Hourglass next up. He's already got the Seeker's Arm Guard. The Natural's Tooth, of course, already completed a while ago, so the attack speed and damage is there. Looks like Jackie wants to be a little bit more defensive. Hotshot actually going to be picking up red buff for himself and not taking that to Doublelift. See if that ends up being a mistake or a great move later on when they fight. CLG again, waiting around the Dragon Pit, or sorry, the Baron Pit. They're going to push up this top lane. The Dragon is up in 30 seconds. We'll see if that ends up being the focus instead.
Yeah, they're taking plenty of time, and with so much history between these teams, neither of them wants to throw. CLG lost the last one, so they definitely want to redeem themselves and show that they really have what it takes to take down Curse again.
You know, right now they are showing that pretty well so far. They're winning, but not decisively so. Again, the first time Curse played against CLG, it was a very brutal game, but this time it is CLG playing their standard methodical gameplay. They're building incremental advantages, a very clever blue buff invade, very clever team fight so far. Voy, again, knocking at the front door, and CLG has to respond to this one. They don't have a push available for themselves. Was at half health. Can he dodge the rupture? Hotshot GG is going to look for it. Spin's about to come back up. It's going to be able to let him escape. Here he goes for the rupture. The red buff actually slowing him down enough to land that. Now Voy's gonna have a hard time actually running away from this one. Look at this. And Randuin's Omen is available for Cho'Gath. He could slow him down even more with that. The problem is Voy has gigantic heals. He is Tryndamere. Hotshot, I think he's pretty much out healing your damage.
This is just going to be a boring walk back to the base here. He's got plenty of cooldown reduction. Like I said, you can spam your Q on cooldown for ridiculous heals when you're AP Tryndamere because of the AP ratio on his Q. You don't even need to wait to get Fury to use your Q to heal because he has so much AP that is going to heal enough from that just off the base. Meanwhile, Curse took that opportunity while they were just beating on each other to clear out the wards in Baron. And so now CLG are going to re-sweep. They're taking their turn, cleaning out the wards. And it's really just who wants to paint the Baron pit. Is it going to be the blue or is it going to be the nice pink?
Well, we'll end up seeing, of course, there's two fun things about this. So first of all, I actually wanted to point out that Voy is actually maxing his heal last. He's only got 3 points in the queue now. He actually maxed Mocking Shout second after spinning Slash. But also, it's kind of interesting in Season 3, basically playing the ward dance actually makes teams richer because you pretty much put wards down from a Ruby Sightstone.
Oh, Sankets!
Oh, Sank's going to get found out by a ward. He's going to try to spell shield some of it, but a lot of burst going on to him. They're just fully chasing him down. Lux does not quite land all her damage. They're going to turn back on a Chowster. He's forced to ult away. It is a 4-on-4, of course, both teleporters available at the bottom lane, but they're just going to sit here and dueling it out. Hotshot still bullying Voy, though. First does disengage properly, though.
Yeah, so the broken part about Tryndamere is the ratio of the AP. That's why he doesn't even have to level up the skill. It's just anytime you have a heal with that high of a ratio, It's probably going to get nerfed. Hint, hint, next patch.
And here we go, the teleport in top lane from Hotshot. They've already taken one turret down. They're on to their second inhibitor right now. Void forced to teleport in. Where's he going to come in from? He's got a Rupture coming down. No, the inhibitor is going to be all theirs all the time. And there's the re-engage. They go in. Who are they going to find? Link down to half health. They've got the fear. It's going to get broken, actually. They're going to re-engage. Elements down to half health. Void still in the front, but getting kind of pushed around. Exhaust on a double lift. Saint taking more damage. He's going to go down. Link taking a bunch of punishment, but knocked up into the air by Chowster. They're going to move towards the back line. It's Nijaki taking punishment, knocked into the wall by Double Lift. He's going to flash away. Double won't find that kill, but Void is still taking damage. Where's he going to find? He's been sheeped again. He's still trying to find Link. Actually pops his ult as well. No, he actually just goes down. Actually, the ult had already timed out. And now CLG with 3 kills for nothing are going to push for the base.
Yeah, they got 2 inhibitors down right there. And even though it's a super long fight due to the dual invulnerabilities on Curse, that is going to be CLG pushing on the Nexus turrets for the win.
There we go. One turret is going to go down. I don't think that there's going to be enough pressure just from Cop and Nijaki. Of course, bullet time still down for a couple more seconds. Now onto the Nexus. CLG looking for vengeance, and they found it against Curse, bringing themselves another victory here in Week 4 of the LCS.
Congratulations to CLG.